Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, BeefLoaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, MySoxSummer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Chorizy-E.
Thank you, Chorizy. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If BeefLoaf says allegedly, or that he manifested that, you drink. If MySoxSummer talks about the gym, or tells us he simply did not have time, you drink. And if I talk music or Star Wars, you drink. I'll probably talk some music today. But speaking of drinking, you can make all of us drink for $1.08 or more.
Please more.
Please more. A lot more.
You can't do anything for $1.08 anymore.
But I got to ask you boys, what are you drinking? MySoxSummer, what are you drinking?
So I'm kind of cleaning out the fridge. On top of the fridge there's in the fridge, top shelf. There's a bunch of stuff that's been sitting there for a while. So right now I'm drinking those Cutwaters, and I'm drinking a Paloma.
Ooh, those will get you. Those will get you.
Now,
like
I'm worried.
Like the whiskey, they will get you. I agree.
I'm worried about this.
7%er. This is not one of those 14s. Like, yeah, I know the margaritas are like 11 or 12 or some shit, right?
Yeah, I had one of those in the hot tub the other night. I was like, I only need one of these. This is plenty.
Yeah, so the 7, not as crazy. So I was like, I'll drink this first. And then I've got 2 of these, and then I got a Moscow Mule from our old friends Cayman Jack. All canned cocktails tonight for me. I'm looking forward to being hungover tomorrow at the gym in Hyde Park.
Let's see how fucked up we can get you for your first ad read. Like, that's the goal. That's like
that's good. Yeah, you get the comments rolling in to get a couple drinks or whatever. Get them going a little bit.
You guys need to influence him in the worst way tonight. What are you drinking,
boys? You know we've entered fall. And officially entered fall from the standpoint of the weather is fall weather. When you go out in the morning, I go out for my old man walk in the morning, the fart walk. It's chilly out there. If I have the sleeveless shirt on, I'm a little chilled. My hands get cold. Like, it's that kind of weather. Once we get to that sort of weather for the BeefLoaf, it's a lot of wine. I like to get into my cellar and start tearing stuff up. One thing I was realizing, Chorizy, is I have so much port from all over the years of collecting a lot of ports I bought or whatever, right? And so I'm drinking this Prager Blonde Tawny. Now, ports are usually red, but this one is made from a Chardonnay. Awesome. This one, as you can see, is more of a caramel color because it's based on that. And it's got caramel notes, hazelnut, or whatever. Now, ports,
this is all you're drinking.
This is all I'm drinking today. Now, ports now are different than regular wines. They're higher alcohol percentage, and there's a lot of sugar in them. They're generally sweet. This one's not real sweet, but it is obviously sweet because they're dessert wines. And so you got to be very careful how much port you drink because you can get a massive hangover from port.
I was going to say, you guys are both playing for hangovers right now. You're both playing for massive hangovers.
The nose, and it's absolutely delicious. I'm going to... No worries, Chorizy. I got plenty of water on the side. I'm going to stay hydrated.
Okay. Good.
What are you drinking tonight?
What are you drinking, Chorizy? Yeah.
So I got the full pocket pills.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Nice.
I drank a lot of these at Riot Fest, and I saw it on sale today. I was like, man, I got to get down on this. But you know what we got to talk about real quick is the quest. We have one thing left on the quest, and once again, it was from the comments. It was from the comments. We got a Camo Silver Ice. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. It's off the list. Four Loko is replacing it.
I'll drink a Four Loko.
Yes.
Okay.
Those have got to be equally as awful. I wish you would have told me that when I was at the Binnies in Hyde Park. When I was there, I would have bought it and I would have drank it.
I did not make the decision until about an hour ago.
All right. So, and I got a lead on a Fortissimo jug. Apparently, the Binnies, on Jefferson.
I thought you were going to buy a black market. I think, well, I got a guy. He's been holding one. He's going to give it to me.
Benny's has it. I asked the guy, I was like, Fortissimo, where, like, well, first of all, your fucking asshole brother, Chorizy. I go, hey, where would this be located? Like, what? And he's like, by the wines. And I was like,
yeah, he did say in the back, which is right. Which is right.
Yeah.
But I was like,
they put the jug wine in the back.
Domestic. Red, and I was like, I figured it is the back and it's to the left, like it's the worst wine. These are all back there. But then I asked the guy at Benny's about it. I was like, hey, Fortissimo, what kind of wine is it or whatever? And he goes, Fortissimo means such and such in a musical overture, and it's the way you hit the notes or something. I was like, motherfucker, I didn't ask for a history lesson here. I asked you what the fuck this was it. But I was like, oh yeah, really? Thank you for telling me this. I had no idea what it meant. But thank you. Do you have it in stock? He's like, let's go look on the computer. And I was like, all right. So we went and looked at the computer.
You don't know.
But he said, but the Benny's over here, South Loop Benny's is supposed to have it. So if I ever end up over there,
I've never looked for it in there. I don't believe it's in there.
He said that there's 2 cases. He's like, call ahead though.
No, it's not the jug. It's not the jug.
Oh,
that's why I got the bottle. I got the Magnum from there.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to track that one down. MSS, nope. But the Four Loko,
couldn't find the.
I was trying to get Soul Gold Sauce comment up here, but once MSS gets going, you can't do that. But he said, I may or may not be on the clock. Good evening, everyone. So it's good to hear from you while you're at your job. And then it turns out he's firing off a sea snake.
Oh my goodness!
I hope we're a good accompaniment to that, a good soundtrack to your firing off a sea snake.
What are you doing right now? Listening to the 108, taking a gigantic shit. It's wonderful.
Oh man, Beef, how you doing tonight?
Boys, I am good. I've been busy at work, but we're getting towards. You get a little rush when you're trying to get your quarter in numbers together. My numbers are almost together, so I'm feeling a lot better. And so, not a lot of personal stuff going on, but I did see something on Twitter. And you guys are a good authority for if there's a list of something, you guys are willing to jump in and say, this list is wrong. We do something else with this list. So I saw this tweet, and it's from Suave 2000. Suave 2000 proclaims the top 3 Jews ever. And it says, here it goes. Drake, Adam Sandler, and Abella Danger. Oh. Now, boys, I know who Drake and Adam Sandler are. MySoxSummer, who is Abella Danger?
You know who Abella Danger is, you stupid ass motherfucker. Don't even.
I don't think I've ever heard of her.
Oh,
I don't know what she does or who
100% know who she is. God damn it.
Why did you say that?
Exactly who that is.
Is that her?
Is she?
Shut up.
MSS, is she in the your top 3 Jewish porn stars?
You know what? I'm not. I don't mind her. I don't mind her.
Oh, you don't mind her? Okay.
She's not one of my top girls. There is another girl that I really like that has a very similar name. I have to look her up. Hold on a sec. But yeah, Bella Danger, like she'll trick me every once in a while. She's not as top heavy. I like the more top heavy ladies.
So you're saying Whitney Stevens is more your one of your
I love you know my Whitney Stevens stories, right?
But I've met Jewish porn stars. Where are you at, MSS? Where's
she is a Jewish porn star.
Whitney Stevens
is
Jewish, I believe.
Yeah, she's probably my number 1 Jew. Yeah,
I know who's not in the top 3 list of Jewish porn stars, and that's Daphne Rosen. Like you're only getting a yank of Daphne Rosen when you're feeling bad about yourself. That's and I did that recently. Actually, I was a little down. BeefLoaf usually up there high in the clouds. But I was a little down on myself. I had to rub one out to Daphne just to show myself what a piece of shit I was.
Did she make the draft? Was she in that draft?
Draft pick? No, she didn't make it somehow.
Wow.
Number 1 on everyone's list.
Oh, man. I don't even know who that is.
So what about the top 3 here? Chorizy, where are we at? Like, who should be on the list? Who should? Top 3 Jews ever go for it?
I mean, I don't think that Adam Sandler is the top Jewish comedian.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
So I don't know. Like I like that. I like Larry David. I think Larry David's a great call.
Larry David could be up there. Yep. Yeah.
I'm blanking on like really famous.
How about Sandy Koufax? Right, Sandy Koufax,
Koufax, good.
He's a top Jew.
But like the Ace Frehley stuff is like in my mind right now. You know, me and MSS were just talking about Gene Simmons got to be up there, right?
He's a good Jew.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
an earner, man. Gene Simmons was an earner throughout those years, man. Yeah. And really, Cocksmith. I mean, like some of the women he'd been with, and as ugly as he is, it's impressive, man. It's
that tongue, though. The tongue helps.
Who's it?
Oh yeah, you can lick the top of his head. I mean, there's no question about it. I know. I can see his skills going there, Trees. You know, you got to tell.
Good call from
Joanna Angel,
Rod Carew.
Yeah, he converted. That's correct. Sammy Davis Jr. Right? Sammy Davis Jr. got to be up there.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz is
Lenny
good.
Kravitz, half Jew.
Slash.
Tadahito says Jerry Seinfeld. I love Jerry. He has some skeletons in his closet though, so he's not going to make my top 3 list. Even though I've enjoyed the show, but he's a little
Slash.
Slash be up there. Yeah, there's no question. You know,
the Jerry Seinfeld, does that involve the 16-year-old girlfriend? Is that what you're talking about?
Directly, yes. Yeah,
that's a problem. That's a problem.
Alex Root says Bob Dylan. That's
Bob Dylan. I watched his movie. It's called Bob Dylan Goes to New York and Fucks. I think that was today.
And Frank. Hide and seek champ.
Remember Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh God.
Oh,
and
yeah, so fine. I mean, I think there's some good ones that are left off the list.
No Drake. So you'd kick Drake off this list easily.
I'd kick Adam Sandler off.
But a Bella Danger, she can hang around. She's okay. She's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to MSS. He owns.
I mean, I don't think the other girl that I like that has a similar name is not Jewish. So yeah, we'll go with a Bella Danger as best Jew. Joanna Angel though, good Jew.
Treasy's a fan. He's a fan.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't let him lie to you. He tries to pretend he doesn't do porn, but he's into porn too.
Like everybody's met her at Exit, right? Like everybody's run into Joanna Angel at Exit at some point.
I wasn't
in their lifetime.
I wasn't at Exit. I was at a porn star convention.
Okay,
but yeah, that's it. You know, I did.
SPF says Ivanka Trump converted. I did not know that. I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
I would
Billy
go.
Crystal.
I don't think I put her at the top of the list, but
Mailman Jack says Billy Crystal, go fuck yourself.
Billy Crystal's great.
Pretty good. I can't, you know.
Where's Jackie Mason land? Where's Jackie Mason?
No. Give me it, baby.
I'm gonna. I would still take Howard Stern. Is probably my favorite.
Oh, that's
your favorite Jew. Okay, yeah,
probably my favorite Jew.
Yeah, no, okay, I feel that. All right,
he's good.
He's good. And question for MSS Taco Glider says, is Sarah J Jewish?
I don't think
so.
Start looking into the lineage, MSS. I can't have you jerking off under false pretenses with these things, right? Dig in a little bit, my friend.
There's some good ones. Mel Brooks.
I like to think of my adult actresses having no religious affiliation whatsoever.
All Three Stooges.
I was looking up old Sunday soaks, and I found one where the leadoff topic, you were defending Larry Fine as the best stooge, and you were adamant about it. I was like, wow,
easily the best stooge. By a country mile, the best. Go back and watch him. See, the thing is,
Mo's the best.
You are only remembering.
Larry's versatile. Good too.
You're only remembering what you remember as a child.
Yeah.
And like those, you know, that's all just the main slapstick stuff. Larry, you can continue to laugh at as an adult. You would still get a kick out of like everything that he does. And huge drunk. I mean, I don't know that matters that much, but you know, to me it does.
To you it does.
So yeah, I'm going there. You know, we were just talking about some musicians and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, so I see things on the internet from time to time. And I feel like sometimes there's teachable moments for us, you know, with think about stuff. So, you know, there's this halftime show, this other halftime show, all-American halftime show or whatever.
Yeah,
that's going to happen. You heard about this?
I heard about that. Yeah.
Well,
so what you're going to do.
MSS, I think you know where this is going. So there's a poster that came out of like what the concert's going to be. And it's like Kid Rock and like Ted Nugent and all this shit. And people were talking about it all over the place. People retweeting it. I'll show you one of the retweets. Mm-hmm. This guy retweets it, and he's like, "This will be the greatest halftime show ever." And you look at the bands and stuff. But when you see stuff like this, guys, I implore you to read
all the way,
read all of it, so that you could see at the bottom of this poster it says featuring a guest appearance from Measles.
Measles,
yes,
which might be accurate, but This is a fake thing. Fake thing.
That's funny.
And
But people were over the moon about this. They were like, "Oh, this is going to be so great."
I like Lee Greenwood is making this too. He's a God bless the USA guy.
Yes,
I think
that's
that
what people.
dead.
That's who people wanted to do the halftime show. They're like, "Oh, he should do the halftime show." Why?
The guy's 82 years old, man. Holy moly.
Lee Greenwood.
He's gonna get the measles
at
at this fucking concert.
God bless the USA. Yeah, that was a bad one. Oh, bad song. You know,
yeah, you got to stick to Aaron Neville. You do good with
you didn't
Neville brothers.
You didn't like my country hick accent singing there. What?
It's okay.
I mean, hey, it's better than what you could do. Okay.
It's true.
How would Aaron Neville sing "God Bless the USA"? That's what I'm hearing.
No, listen, I haven't had enough cut water.
What the people want
that yet. So.
Get to that later on. Well,
maybe later. Maybe later. I got a segment to do before I do that. I got 2 segments to do before I do that. So
you played Fireside with measles before, didn't you, Teresa?
I did.
So we're gonna watch that show at your new digs, Chorizo?
Yeah. We'll watch that.
Watch that show. I can't wait. I can't wait
for the actual halftime show. All I'll have to do is
figure.
I'll just have to figure out how to find it on the internet, and then they'll have to figure out how to broadcast a live halftime show of music on the internet, which I don't think they have any experience doing. So we'll see how that all goes for them.
Yeah,
but that's months away. Yeah. I'm sure there's stuff that's more to date that you want to talk about. MySoxSummer. How you doing,
dude? So this morning I'm sitting on my chair, perusing the Twitter machine. And like all these ads come up, like that you'll see. And one I've seen many times, but I was like, I actually paid attention to it this morning for some reason. And I don't know why, but this was the ad and it's from Mystery Vibe. And it says, take charge of your prostate health. Find out how proactive care can make a difference. Most men wait until pain forces action, but the earlier you care for your prostate, the better the outcome. Now, if you're not familiar with this, if you look at the picture, it says early Black Friday sale, designed by leading urologists. It says this device is a one-time purchase solution to improve prostate wellness. Folks, this is a dildo that you shove up your ass.
Like, oh, yeah. I know what that's for right there.
It's a vibrator.
Allegedly.
It's being sold to me as an aging man as something that will improve the health of my prostate. Now, as I'm looking at the ad here, one says no side effects, which hey, great. I don't know if there's any side effects of shoving something up my ass anyway, but like, hey, great. But the other one says trusted by 200,000 clinician.
Yeah, you got it. Clinicians. You got it, baby. You got it.
Clinician and users globally. And then it says really small, or not really small, but to the right, where you adjust the speed settings to the thing that is going to be vibrating in your tush, it's recommended by the Mayo Clinic. I'm like, holy shit! Like mystery.
I remember seeing that commercial on MSS. There's like a really nice buttoned up looking doctor, and he's like, I'm from the Mayo Clinic, and I recommend that you shove this right up your ass.
Right up your tush. Right? So, listen, I'm not one to take Mayo Clinic and say, okay, let's just take let's take a quick look here. Because if the Mayo Clinic thinks that I should shove this up my ass as an aging man, this is great. Like, I need to try it. Simple Google search, first thing that comes up. Mayo Clinic does not recommend prostate massagers, and there's no evidence that they provide any medical benefit. Healthcare providers typically do not recommend them due to the risk of pain and injury if used incorrectly. For prostate conditions, the Mayo Clinic offers other treatments such as steam therapy for benign prostate hyperplasia. Okay, whatever that is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Nasty.
Yes. So what is a prostate massage, boys? Well, maybe you remember that scene from Road Trip, which I got confused and thought was American Pie too, where Stifler gets his prostate milked by the nurse because he's making all these comments about how he needs to be relieved, and she gives him a prostate massage. And by the end of the movie, Stifler is getting his prostate massage by his girlfriend, and she's throwing 3 fingers up his booty. So this is what it is. Now,
look at those gums, Beef. That look like your girl, Brittany.
It really does, man. I'm strangely attracted to him now.
So now Stifler, when he's getting his prostate milk, seems to be having a really good time. But that's Hollywood, and Hollywood sometimes can, modify the truth, much like they make a lot of serial killers seem like really nice, normal people that just, skin their victims and then wear it. I did some Google research, and it's very definitive across all the boards that there is 0 health benefits to getting a prostate.
I don't believe it.
Now, so I'm like, I got to go one further. Okay. I contacted Dr. Feelgood. I contacted Dr. Feelgood, and I said, hey, what's the deal here? Or like, is there any benefits? And he gave me this quote. He says, there's very little evidence to support prostate massage as a treatment for any prostate condition, but it can produce hefty loads and solid boners. So if you want a big load and a huge dick, a real stiff dick, massage your prostate. Now, I'm not.
That's what medical school produces, Chorizy.
I'm not taking.
And Dr. Feelgood's a real doctor. He's a friend of ours. He's a real doctor.
And I don't think he would lead me astray. I think he would actually probably lie to me and say, no, it is totally beneficial, just so I would buy something and shove it up my ass just to see what it's like. Now, I'm not stopping there.
JT's correct. Recommend that by 1 out of 1.
That's
Dr.
pretty good.
Good callback.
I talked to the 108's on-field reporter. I won't mention him by name. He's going to remain nameless. And he says, I quote, because I asked him, I go, have you ever had your prostate massaged? Because he's into some freaky shit. And I was like, maybe he has. Let me know. And he says, no, I haven't. But I know some guys really enjoy it. I've been at swinger parties and seen it done. One guy screamed like a motherfucker when he came from it. One girl was blowing him while he was having a couple of fingers in his ass. So, okay.
No one's ever going to figure out who that was.
No, a real mystery.
All I can say is I don't think that the good people at Mystery Vibe need to lie and tell me that it's something health beneficial when it's just like, hey, this will give you a really great orgasm, a really stiff dick, and you'll come like a motherfucker.
They need the quote you just read.
I know.
They need the quote you just read.
I'm just saying, they don't need to lie about it. Just tell me that it's good for you for sexual reasons, not anything with my prostate. Won't help me stop peeing 7 times a night if I drank too much water. It's none of that. Just do that. And if you guys are interested, right now, you can get the regular version for $209. If you want to add lube, it's only it's only an extra $20.
First ad read. The first ad read of the night, guys.
Which I'm pretty sure the lube does not cost $20-some to get. I'm sure P. Diddy could hook you up better. But if you want to get a remote and lube for your medical device that goes in your ass, it's only an extra. What was it? $52. So you can have a remote. But yeah. So, boys, enough with this ass talk. It's time to pay a little bill.
We got some drinks. We got some drinks to get to.
Let's hit these drinkos.
So,
all right.
Taco Gladiator, he says, cheers, boys. I just walked through a Christmas display at the mall today. Go fuck yourself, Santa. Cheers, Jared.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you, my friend.
I like that he's walking right through it. He doesn't walk around it or
he just barreled through it, knocked shit down, punched a donkey.
Fuck your sandcastle.
Our guy CJ, he says, what an interesting topic to walk in on. Cheers. Cheers, CJ.
Thank you, CJ.
That's what I try to do. I try to bring the fun.
And Barry Bag of Donuts says, I'm drunk, so here's $5 for no reason whatsoever. Cheers,
Barry.
Thank you. That's a good reason. Have a drink. That's why, baby. Appreciate it.
108 Hall of Fame member. Third selection. Third round. Third class. Yep.
We're going to bring that back. And we're going to have a new class coming up pretty soon. So.
I got to find the Soxwood video that I had for him for his induction.
Oh, yeah.
Is there
We did some
All right.
lime inductions. Remember that?
We did.
Yeah. Well,
That was the third class.
he was one of them.
He was
of
one.
them.
Aloha and
Yeah,
Barry.
Aloha's in there. Yeah.
Yep.
So bring
All
those
right.
back.
Any more introductions, or can I just read this motherfucking ad and pay some bills?
Read it, baby.
All right, here we go. Nope. I hit the button and it didn't work. Oh, yeah. Fall into flavor at Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. As the temperatures drop and the days get shorter, let Lawrence's warm you up with freshly fried favorites that hit the spot every time. Whether you're craving crispy shrimp, golden fish fillets, or famous fries, we're serving comfort in every bite. Hot, fresh, and fast. Lawrence has 4 convenient locations. 2120 South Canal Street, our original spot, open 24 hours a day. 3242 West 87th Street in Evergreen Park. 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside. 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Fall might be chilly, but the fryer's always hot at Lawrence's. Come get cozy with your favorites today. Order ahead to avoid the wait at chicagoshrimp.com. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, serving up the seafood you crave for 75 years. And I burped right at the end there. It was perfect. Perfect.
Great ad read and then a burp.
Listen, man. I can't even.
That's nasty.
Yep, I know. No, I can't even get through this. Like just a little bit of like carbonation makes me want to burp all over the place.
Man, that's what it was. Okay, I thought maybe it was dinner. I thought dinner was coming back at you.
Hey, guess what?
You need some of your non-carbonated Aldi brand Sun Cruisers. You know
that's probably next. It's actually Twisted Tea knockoffs, but yeah.
Okay.
I will.
Right.
I'll get there. Hey, boys, guess what time it is?
What time?
Smash
Or
pass. Smash
or
pass.
smash or
Pass.
smash or
Pass.
smash or
Pass.
smash or
Pass.
Wow.
I love it.
Slim Nick just drove off the road.
So long. Boys, it's fall. We got Halloween candy stuff coming up here in a little bit. I went and I Googled some stuff because I was like, I was unsure if we had done a Halloween candy smash or pass. And we have done a draft. We did a draft, which was with Josh Nelson. He drafted some really like crazy shit. Loaf took the cake though with the Smarties draft.
My draft was horrendous. It was an all-time bad BeefLoaf draft.
You know what?
I'm
Though
glad you admit that.
we got to bring up though, like as bad as the draft was for probably everybody. I think we all had some clunkers in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hearing our guy Wally Money afterwards telling us, "Oh no, man, you got to get the circus peanuts."
He loves circus peanuts.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
Are you
He
homeless?
loves total trash candy. He gets like candied fruit too, which is just so weird to me.
That is a real old man candy right there. Candy fruit.
You're putting sugar on sugar. Like it's like I don't get it. So anyway, so we're gonna do a Halloween candy smash or pass. And I didn't pick. Like I picked the top. There was a top 30 list that I found, and I picked the ones that I was like, this is actually gonna be interesting because if I went top 10, right, like Snickers, we're all smashing the fucking shit out of Snickers. We had to pick some weird shit to put in there every once in a while, but not necessarily weird, but just stuff that's like, you know, maybe not your run of the mill, right? It's like the PG-13 candy. You're not sure if you like it or not, right? Like you don't really, you want to, not the Snickers. So I'm going to add this to the stage. First up.
Oh man.
Number 1, Butterfinger. Bart Simpson's favorite candy bar. It is a crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger. They get stuck in your teeth. They are covered in delicious chocolate. I think it's made by the good people at Nestle, but I'm not sure. It's good. Chorizo, you smashing or passing Butterfingers, baby?
I am passing the fuck out of the butter.
Oh wow, that's a shocker right out of the gate.
It's a big of a Simpsons fan.
The Butterfinger, it tastes just fine. It's a tasty candy bar, but it is so fucking hard to eat, and it is a tragedy going on in your mouth when you're eating this fucking thing. So if there's a Butterfinger there, that's for somebody else, man. You can have that and fucking Milk Duds and brush your teeth for 6 months after that. I love them.
BeefLoaf. You smash them to pass some Butterfingers, baby.
Absolutely smashing the shit out of Butterfingers.
So
I love Butterfingers. What's funny though is like if I'm gonna reach for a candy bar, it's probably number 3 on the candy bars I might reach for. You mentioned Snickers, and I would go Kit Kat ahead of that as well. Like if I'm just at the gas station, I'm like, oh, I really need some chocolate. So I don't eat enough Butterfingers. In fact, only time I eat the Butterfingers is like around Halloween when you get the variety pack. And then, I want all of those, baby. Give me all those fucking things. Now, Chorizy got a good point about it. You mentioned too, MSS, it gets stuck to your teeth or whatever. But to me, that's worth it. With the flavors, it is worth it to get have a little fun. Like pull some off of your teeth. I got a little saved left over, So I love the Butterfinger. Smash the shit out of that.
Yeah,
it's peanut butter and chocolate, man. There's so many better versions of peanut butter and chocolate than the goddamn Butterfinger.
Man, I'm just saying, Chorizo. I don't know. It's a good pick. It's smash. I would also smash it. I would smash the Butterfinger BBs that they came out with, the little guys.
Oh, nice.
Butterfinger ice cream, Blizzard, everything. Butterfingers are so good to me. So I love them, but. It's unfortunate that you don't like them.
Nah, fuck those.
But that's okay. All right. So Butterfinger, we got one smash, one pass. Next up, it's the Crackle Bar. It's milk chocolate with crisp rice made by the good people at Hershey's. Now, your grandfather, your grandma, maybe your great aunt probably had a bunch of many of these motherfuckers. You get like the Hershey Special Dark, you get the Hershey Regular, you get the Mr. Good Bar, and then you got the Crackle. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing the fucking bastard cousin of the Crunch Bar.
I was going to say, this is like the bullshit Crunch Bar.
Yeah.
And you're disappointed it's not the Crunch Bar, but I'm still smashing it because it's similar enough, and I'm all in on this type of thing right here. Easy to munch down, bro. You get a couple that you get them flowing. It's like when you can't stop eating potato chips. Crackles is the same, but that's the same. Where you get going on that, you get the crunchiness going, and it's over, man. So definitely smash the shit out of it.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a huge smash.
Sure, easy.
I mean, like this is the first when you had that variety pack, this is the first fucking thing gone out of it. All the crackles are gone in 35 seconds.
Really?
And when you're a kid, it's the dark chocolate is sitting there last, and you're like, fuck, this is true. This is not my kind of chocolate. Now, as an adult, I like the dark chocolate, but when I was a kid, man, fuck that chocolate. That's the bitter chocolate. I don't want that shit. I'm going Crackle first out of that group. Because that's like, what is it? Crackle. It's Mr. Good Bar.
Yep.
The regular Hershey's and then the dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And so special
like
dark
I said earlier
was for the adults. That was not for the kids.
I liked the Mr. Good Bar. Mr. Good Bar was probably my number one.
The comment says that's the most bullshit stat I've ever heard. Crackle sucks. He's coming at you, Chorizy, but you said that it's the first one.
It is the first. It is the first one out of that group. I mean, you can put 500 of those outside your house. Put the big bag. Put all the crackles at the bottom. They'll still go first.
They're in the comments. Crackle, what the fuck kind of Bridgeport ass candy is this?
Dude,
and JT was like,
Pennsylvania.
Crackle has to be the most racist sounding candy out there.
Oh, dude.
We didn't make it up. All right, we didn't make it up. How dare you?
There's a lot of big K's in there too. Crackle versus Crunch Bar. Who you guys smashing or passing?
I'm going
Crunch.
Crunch Bar is the good one, the better.
I would take the Crackle because the Hershey's chocolate I find more pleasurable than the bullshit Nestle.
Than the Nestle's. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just
you know what? You can't use the word pleasurable after we just talk about prostate massage. Just say delicious, man. All right, just say fun. Say tasty. Man.
Quit being a little whiny bitch, or I'm gonna shove something up your ass when I see you, Fred. And you're gonna like it a lot.
Timothy Meyer says Chorizy defending his made-up stats like Zaborski going to bats for zips. Yes,
that's true.
Like he went to all your houses and saw the Crackle was gone first.
Loaf, there's no way the Crackle is the first one going out of that bag. There's just no
out of that bag.
No.
What's gone first?
Mr. Good Bar or regular chocolate, regular Hershey's, bro. Like, there's no way that Crackle beats all those other ones. But you know what? You know what I'm learning though, Loaf, that we could get like a Hershey's mini bag and we could split it and everyone would be happy because I'll go with the Good Bar. You can just have the regular chocolate and Chorizy will have the crackle.
Chorizy eat all those crackles. Yeah, wait till Saturday, Chorizy. I'm gonna buy 10 pounds of crackle. I'm gonna watch you eat it all. Let's go.
I'll fucking eat.
Slim Mick is already buying them right now as we speak. If you listen to the podcast regularly. All right, number 3. It's they're still doing this lame bit with the 2 lefts and the 2 rights. Twix. It's a cookie bar with caramel covered in chocolate. Twix. Everyone knows Twix. They're delicious. They're great. Loaf, you smashing or passing?
Smash, baby. Love Twix. Always love Twix. And Twix, as a little individual guy, man, that's the one you're going to really go after. That would be the first one done out of the bag.
They're really good.
Well,
right?
That's not in that bag.
Different bag. Different
bag,
bag, of course.
Different bag. But yeah, I'm smashing this one too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trees
Beef, remember when we were in high school and there was that vending machine? Like the high school we went to is very different than the one your daughter goes to.
Yes, it is.
They're telling us about the gourmet fucking meals they're having.
They got good shit there, yeah.
I remember they had a cookies and cream Twix in that fucking vending machine. If I could have gone broke eating that shit. Like, it was like that was excellent. And so the Twix in all the variety of Twix are fucking awesome. So I'm going to smash as well.
Absolutely.
I do like that there's a lot of action in the comments with Jackie Treehorn's pass. So rare they don't have any knockoff competitors.
That is interesting. They don't. He's right.
Pilsen, well, actually, Walmart makes a generic version of it.
Generic Twix now?
Yeah, and it's like they do a king size one, and there's like 8 of them in there. I may or may not have eaten one of those. Just immediately upon entering the car, Pilsen Knight says, finally, a prostate worthy candy bar. Trey Williams echoes my side of it. Smash Twix past their dumbass marketing scream of less first right, and that is correct. I hate that fucking thing.
That is a terrible ad campaign.
It is the
terrible
worst. It is the worst. All right, next up, it's a little bit controversial. 3 Musketeers. It's just chocolate fluff wrapped in chocolate. Chorizo, you smashing or passing the 3 Musketeers?
I'm passing. Look, I'll eat it, right? Like, because I'm fat, right? Like, so if that's all that's in, but I will eat around these motherfuckers. If that's in the variety pack bowl, I will eat around these motherfuckers forever. It's the least on the totem pole of you got the 3 Musketeers, but if you were to add some caramel, you would actually have a Milky Way, which is delicious.
That's true.
And then if you had peanuts, you'd actually have a good candy bar, which is a Snickers. It is so far removed from being a good candy bar, and we've seen the progression to good candy bar that this is a bullshit candy bar. And fuck it, I don't want it. Pass.
Good job.
Can you stop that?
So long.
You smashed your pass in the 3 months.
I thought there was a goddamn silver alert. We lost some 80-year-old man.
That's some money.
I'm always at my best when everyone is against me, and I will smash the shit out of a 3 Musketeers. I love some chocolate covered in chocolate foam. It's a good change up for the rest of it. All the rest of the things are trying to be the same shit for the most part. Oh, add a little of this, whatever. This is just a foamy mess and with chocolate over the top, and it's a different flavor, different consistency. I like it. I enjoy 3 Musketeers. If you guys want to leave all 3 Musketeers for the BeefLoaf, I'm happy to eat all of them. I love them. Yeah, they're delicious.
I guess I sounded like I don't like 3
It's a lazy candy bar.
I played the 70-second long dings, but I actually like 3 Musketeers. They're one of my favorite candy bars, mostly because they're fat free. It's weird, but that's kind of why I like it, because I'm so slim. But when you eat 4 of them,
it's a secret to his slimness. Eating all 3 Musketeers.
Not very happy.
Yeah, it's fat free, but it's 8,000 grams of sugar.
There's tons of sugar. There's tons of sugar.
No shit.
The only thing that has more sugar is the circus peanuts. All right, next up. This is going to be a fun one. Loaf, you're first.
All right.
Almond Joy. The Mound's bastard cousin, but has an almond in it. You smashing or passing this Almond Joy, baby?
Smash it, baby. Give me the coconut, give me the almond, give me all that. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy almond joy. I sound like a real huge fat ass smashing every single thing, but they're all chocolate covered in other fun stuff, and I'm gonna eat all of them. I thought you were gonna put some stuff in here that I might be a guest to, but I'm not. I like all of this shit. Maybe that's why I weigh 280 pounds. It's embarrassing.
Might be it. Might be the
ding ding ding. You don't ring the bell for me, huh?
That's probably what we should do. Chorizo.
See, I think if you put mounds, if you put mounds here, it would have been a tough call, right? Because I think mounds kind of sucks, right? Because it's too much. It's too much with just the coconut. Putting an almond in there breaks it up. It's a very delicious candy bar. I'm gonna smash the almond. Almond joy.
Hell yeah, let's go, Chorizo.
I didn't realize though, looking at this thing, I didn't realize that it's from some. Like I figured all the candy bars are like Mars, Nestle, and like whatever else. Like there's not really Hershey, right? Like I thought, what is Peter Paul? I am not familiar.
I don't know.
I think that's new.
Did they corner the market on coconut-made candy bars?
I think Peter Paul is a new company. I don't remember who made Almond Joy before. It was like the Mounds company, I think was what it was actually.
Well, but, still, it's some off-brand. I thought it was one of the big boys. This is an indie candy. I didn't even know about it.
I don't know it's indie.
Now I kind of like it. This is the punk rock of candy bars.
It's the Riot Fest before the 20-year celebration candy bar. I also like Almond Joy. I'm smashing the shit out of that. All right, I did notice this, Loaf, and you said this. There's a lot of chocolate, so I thought I'd bring something in. Chorizo, you're next. Smashing or passing these delicious, waxy tasting motherfuckers, Starburst fruit chews. Smashing or pass.
I gotta say, I don't remember the last time I had a Starburst, but I love Starburst. I'm gonna smash. They're good. They're fucking delicious.
They're not bad.
And I think people have very strong feelings about the individual flavors too.
Yes.
So the fact that people are that adamant about which one is the best, and obviously it's cherry, but people have their opinions about it.
Yep.
But so I'm smashing this. I like these.
All right. BeefLoaf, you smashing or passing Starburst?
Oh man, it's tough because we're eating all this chocolate, and I do enjoy a Starburst, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I really only like the pink Starburst.
Strawberry.
I'm at the point where I like the strawberry. I'm at the point of my life where if I'm gonna have a Starburst, I only really want that one. I don't want the orange. I don't want whatever the yellow is. No lemon. Cherry. I'm out on all those. I'll have cherry. Cherry is acceptable.
The lemon sucks.
The orange and the lemon, I'm out on. I just won't have them. So I think I have to pass, even though I'm not that bad on them. I would if I can look in the bowl and find the flavor I want, I will have it. I'm not blindly grabbing this motherfucker.
It's good to see you pass on one, you fat fuck.
All right, last one. Chorizy alluded to it earlier. Loaf. Smashing or passing the Dove dark chocolate bar.
Oh, baby, man. I fucking love dark chocolate, especially as a red wine drinker. Dark chocolate goes great with it. I will smash the shit out of this Dove dark chocolate bar. Absolutely. That'll be the first thing I would have out. If I got some wine, get a little dark chocolate out there, they go great together.
Get out your mystery vibe. Ready to have a night.
There's probably nothing I like massaging my prostate too better than silky smooth Dove dark chocolate.
It's
guys, you didn't know this was an ad read. Just a really long ad read.
You guys want a new advertiser. I found one. I'm sorry that it's something that goes up your ass.
I do like dark chocolate quite a bit, so I would definitely eat these. I think though we should caveat this though, right? I think if we're talking, as a kid going trick or treating,
right?
Super disappointed in this one.
Horrible
for sure.
Super
disappointed. You don't want to get that. Nope.
As an adult, someone's got this at their house. And they're like, hey, how about some of these dark chocolate? And I was like, oh, I didn't know we are gonna fuck, but yes, I will take some of these before you massage my prostate. So yeah, I'm totally in on it. Let's get this drink here because we got some information here from my guy Mike. He says was owned by Peter Paul, is now Hershey. Hence its most recent elevation on a Halloween mixed bag level of recognition.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Well, cheers, Mike.
Big call. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
What is? I wonder then. Did they now they're using Hershey chocolate on the Almond Joy and the Mounds? Because that would be awesome.
You know what I'm realizing here? You are a big fucking Hershey chocolate guy.
Yeah,
I like
what's
Hershey.
the Hershey deal?
You know
here?
why?
I don't think it's that great.
Here's why.
Yeah, why?
Here's why.
Let's hear this. Yeah.
So my grandfather is from Pennsylvania. And I have a lot of Swartleys, or well, there we go. Totally dots now. Are from Pennsylvania. So like in my grandfather's house, Hershey mini bars everywhere. Like you go to the cabinet, there's a fucking whole thing full of them. We go to my grandma's house.
No
like,
crackles though. They're all eaten.
Yep. The Hershey Kisses
First one's eaten.
for Christmas. You know, the Hershey fucking, the Hershey Kiss like things. Like they would put them in trees. I would eat the shit out of those. Like I love fucking Hershey's. I'm a Hershey guy. I don't know why.
Trey says, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
What? Yeah, my grandfather is from there?
Let's get this drink from y'all.
That's where it's from, dipshit. It's Hershey, Pennsylvania. That's like why it's called Hershey's chocolate. It's Pennsylvania.
Yum
God,
says,
Lord.
BeefLoaf showing why he has to eat salads for lunch. Cheers, Yum.
Cheers, Yum. Thank you. Actually, I had a triple cheeseburger today for lunch because I had
shock.
a lunch date. I went and met Sean Anderson and Alex Rude. We went to the Billy Goat in West Loop. I had to repay a bet. I had bet Sean Anderson the White Sox would sign at least one free agent that would be higher than Andrew Vaughn's ARB salary. And they did.
Yeah.
They didn't sign one fucking
They
guy.
didn't.
So I lost.
They, in fact, got out of Andrew Vaughn's salary.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
They took it a step further. You should have had to give him 2 triple cheeseburgers.
That's fucking great. And folks, that was
Smash
Or pass.
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 yeah.
Oh, man. Beef got scared. He got scared of that ad read.
He's
He
afraid
ran-
of the demons that drive Mazdas.
I get it, man. It's driving
Me
my
too.
Mazda today. What a beautiful ride. Everybody should own one. Go buy one right now.
I can't wait to see you driving that Mazda
Go
down the road
park-
someday in the neighborhood.
Go park your car right now and buy a Mazda and then go back and set your old car on fire. That's what we need from you. It's a demand, not a request. All right. Guys, it's time for a little White Sox talk, but I think we're going to get right into Chris Getz, year 3. So we're entering year 3 of the Chris Getz regime
Era.
And I want to know where you guys are at with Chris Getz. MySoxSummer, where are you at with Chris Getz?
So I was looking at this, right? As unenthusiastic as I was with White Sox baseball last year, I am totally enthusiastic about White Sox baseball. Yet a year later, 180-degree difference from the end of last year from the end of last year to the end of this year. I don't think the full transformation with the Chris Getz era is done. But right now, it's just getting started. All things seem to be working. And yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about the Chris Getz era entering year 3.
See, I'm mildly in on Getz, right? I think I like some of the stuff that he's done, right? Like getting Marco Patti the fuck out of here as number 1 on my list. Good job. Thank you. And then doubling down on that and getting the academy started in the Dominican. I think these are good things. I think like a lot of the infrastructure things he's done are like they're good, but they're very basic, right? Like you're just getting everybody back up to like what the normal mediocre MLB team does, right? Like talking about things like when you read through like all the things that Chris Getz has done, stuff like getting, making sure that these guys get the right kind of food and they got the right kind of exercises that they're doing and things like that. It's like, I'm glad that that's happening, but like, that just means we were so far behind, right? And I think we've been grading him on a massive curve too, because when he came in here, well, this is dumb. This is an internal hire on a team that's already fucking terrible. Why are we doing this? So like, we had the lowest of expectations for this guy, and he's exceeded those, which is good, right? Like he didn't make us all kind of feel like, okay, this guy stinks, and this is what we expect. And we all kind of said like it's kind of crazy that there was a list and everybody on it was dead except for Chris Getz, and that's why he got the job. Like all of that kind of stuff gave us this like really low bar. But like I said, I do like some of the stuff he's done. The international stuff that he's done. Cleaning house the way he's done is good. The ability to pick up some like mediocre veterans where like Rick Hahn would fail at that. But again, that's just grading against Hahn, right? Like, so I think for me, there's still a lot more that I need to see out of him for me to really like him, because right now we're like 20 something wins away from being a average ass team.
Right.
And like, that's not good. That's bad. So like it's going to be tough for me to grade him as doing a good job when most of the things that he's done, like every GM does, like everybody in the league does.
Is there something? See, I take a little bit of like not pride, but I'm happy that we're at least now going to be average. We're not like operating behind.
Are we?
Like,
we're not there yet.
Well, we're not
still
there
20 games away from it.
We're still far away.
But I think we can get there. I think you had a 20 game improvement from last year, and you're going to have another 20 game improvement now.
That's a big ask. Those are very different 20 games.
Yeah,
but I think it can fucking happen. I think it can totally happen. So I just think there is. The way that the ball is moving.
But that's wish casting. That's not where you're at now. That's you think, in the future they're going to kind of get there. Maybe
but
they
I'm
will
okay
get
with
there.
where we're at now because I know where we came from, right? I know.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like
felt.
We're grading him on a curve because the team was so fucking shitty that like it's hard for me to go like I'm over the moon on Chris Getz because all Chris Getz has done is the stuff that everybody else does, right? Like so, which is good because like we weren't doing it. Like the Sox weren't doing the normal shit that everybody. So I like he's done that, but now he's
getting him.
Chorizy, you mentioned we're grading against Hahn, and I think for the first 2 years that is fair. Actually, I think it's a fair way to grade it because Hahn was held out to you before then as like this hot GM candidate. Yeah. He's supposed to be the guy. There were people still loved Rick Hahn when it was falling apart, when the house was burning goddamn down in 2023. There were Hahn bots up my ass telling me, no, it's not his fault and blaming every other fucking thing about it.
Jerry.
I think when we established it, and Chorizy, you kind of hit on it, is that we were worried Chris Getz was insular, fucking regular Jerry Reinsdorf bullshit hire. And guess what? He is not. He is at least competent, low-end GM. At a minimum, we know that he's that. And we know that at least he's up to speed with what's going on in the rest of MLB. And I'm going to bring this up in a later point, but if you look at the White Sox website and their front office listings and positions and stuff, they more mirror the rest of the teams in the league, which they didn't do a couple of years ago before he took over the spot. And so there is that, like, we're level setting it back there. But now you get to start judging, is he any good at the job when he got everything, when he's getting everything back to the levels it should be?
And the thing I struggle with there is that, like, if they had gone out and hired outside of the org, would I be, and this is just my internal struggle, would I be as lenient with that person, the guy that comes in to do this, to reset everything? Would I be as lenient with him? And that's where I'm questioning myself. And like, as I because I like Chris Getz, right? Like I think like I'm rooting for him. I want it to happen. I think, like I said, there's things that I like that he's done, but like there's part of me that is like, would I be as forgiving to an outside hire if that would have happened? And I don't know that I would. And I think that's part of why it's hard for me to say I'm totally in on Chris Getz, because maybe I'm just going like, well, he's in a bad spot and like doing as good as he can, like so like there's part of me that I feel like it's a big curve that I got him on, and like I think our expectations were so low that I'm Eddie out there, man, going like, someone threw me a cracker. It's what kind of cracker is this?
Well, now I would think though too that one of the things that Chris Getz has brought to the organization is understanding that he's not the smartest guy in the room. And he knows that he can hire somebody that is looked at as maybe one of the smarter guys and get people around him and build people around him that will help him do his job, which I think was sorely lacking. I feel like the previous regime purposely hired bad people to make themselves maybe look better inside of like some other people, like the way they looked, because
I'm hiring this idiot, so I look good.
I'm just saying,
or MSS just yes men, right?
Just
like,
didn't know, right?
People that would disagree with,
just people. You're there to push paper. You're not there to actually. You're doing tasks. You're not. You don't have a stay, right?
You have a guy in Barfield who is actively being pursued by other organizations to come work for them to help them work out their problems, and yet Rick Hahn still doesn't have a job as a GM anywhere else. Right. So like it shows something, anything. He's got to be making some money somehow, right? Like probably selling stuff on eBay. That's a pretty good
thing.
Yeah.
they let him on MLB Network every once in a while to complain about how the Sox fuck them over. All right. So let's get into a couple other topics here. So we started in on this a little bit with the last question, but has Chris Getz sufficiently turned over the organization? Beef, I'll go to you first.
No, absolutely not.
No.
What he has done is turnover number one, what I would like to call it. The front office, he clipped the whole thing, right? He included expansions, new positions. He hired Brian Bannister as senior advisor to pitching. He hired Ryan Fuller, director of hitting, marking needed spots. They didn't exist before, boys. We didn't even have these things. They've got the mystery man, Brian Mahler. That's the guy we couldn't find fucking anything on. Director of leadership, culture, and continuing education. Let me ask you boys a question. Did you know the White Sox had these following positions? Director of Major League Strategy, applied sports science coordinator, coordinator of sports nutrition, and there's more. We know the underlying R&D team was added to a bunch as well. We met some of the people, actually had some drinks with them. To me, this is just the beginning of how this works. You expand out as far as you can expand reasonably while still overseeing all that in the short term, right? Because you can't grow the whole thing as big as it needs to grow just in 1 year. And not just because it's hard to manage and you haven't managed that way, but you have an 89-year-old owner who's not used to all this change all the time. So you need to take your time to request changes and get things pushed through. This is one of those things where if you look at this front office versus the Hahn front office I mentioned earlier, it's just wildly different. The positions are wildly different. You see how Hahn was Peter principled into his job, whereas Getz is a more modern thinking guy. He's been out there in the trenches. He realizes what other teams do, and he's realizing I'm going to bring in minds from everywhere else, and we're going to figure out what we need to do here. Now, if you look at this directory versus someone like the Brewers or Guardians, you'll see some specific things that those teams have the White Sox don't have. So they're maybe not fully caught up on the full expansion of this, but it's gonna get there, right? It's inching towards there. It's much better than it's been for the last 3 decades or so, where they're kind of behind. I assume you'll see more growth once the Dominican Academy gets up and running.
That's the thing. That's where.
Yeah, I think
the international team has to grow.
They're going to decide, Chorizy, if they want to put people in Japan and Korea and other places to start looking at players. And I think I heard it on Chuck's podcast, but he asked Gene Watson, like, how far away are we or whatever? And Gene said, exactly, this takes time. And I agree, this takes time. We're in version 1 of this. The coaching staff is heading into version 2, as we talked about last time, where they're whacking out some of the first replacement people that were here. They're going away. So they're already into that step 2. Yes. I think the front office is not there yet. You're going to get to a point where you're going to start seeing promotions in the front office and you're going to see new people coming in the front office when they start figuring out what works and what don't.
Yeah, no notes on that. I agree with a lot of that. And I think he's in process of this, and it is hard to look at this and say, why isn't it not there right away? But you're seeing a positive growth. Like there was a positive growth from last year to this year. And as long as it keeps trending that way, I'm okay with it. So we can get the average, right? Chorizy, what do you think?
I think the place where I want the most growth is the international piece. And I think like they should be putting money into that, and they should be spreading out the way that the American scouts do, right? Like you should have guys in every country that produces baseball players, right? Every Caribbean country, Mexico,
and even some ones that don't yet,
right? Right? You gotta be in Asia. You gotta be hitting like Japan, South Korea. I honestly, Beef, you talk about that, like China and Australia, like. We got to start looking, man. Like you got to be ahead of the other teams on some of these places. China has so many fucking people. India has so many.
I was going to say,
people.
I had Steven Nelson on the Azure, and we brought up the question where internationally will be the next big expansion. His prediction was China. That China has so many people, and that they're so close to a bunch of baseball cultures that they may start picking it up. And next thing you know, a hotbed potentially of talent. So, like, yes, you got to start getting them places that don't got a bunch of kids coming out of there playing.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I think that's the part to me, because we're going to get into this, and we'll just jump right into this, which is the next question that we have here, is like, do you see the vision that's being communicated here, right? Like, and I think if you are looking at that vision, to me, what it looks like is that they want to be one of these teams that can continually churn out more and more talent. They'll add free agents on the top. I think that's to come, and that's something I'll be talking about in some of these other questions. But like being able to have this continual pipeline of people, you have to be global. You can't rely on the fucking draft for that. It's too much of long shots on once you get past the first or second round.
The MLB is 30% foreign players. You gotta draw from these other places. There's just nothing.
And it's only going to become more.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they've done so horribly in there, like I want them to not be in Cuba. Is honestly like it's just like be everywhere. You can't choose from there anymore. Stop choosing. But that's where. If I'm looking at the vision that I feel they're trying to communicate of this kind of like Brewers style or Guardian style of like, if this guy is good and we're going to have to pay him a lot, we're not going to pay him a lot. We'll pay one or two of these guys. The rest of them we're going to trade, and we're going to keep replenishing, do those things. You got to be all over the place, man. You got to be everywhere. And so that's, to me, I get the vision, but they are far from that on the international scale. And that's a problem for me.
What?
MSS, where you at?
Now, can I ask you a question? I gotta ask you a question. Because when you said the Guardians and the Brewers, immediately in my head, I go Kansas City, because we got a lot of Kansas City guys there in the front office. Kansas City, international players are not really international players.
I mean, they have some. They're not a major player there. Like
they're not a major player,
like the Dodgers or the Yankees. Like
so that might be
or the Rays. Yeah, like where like they're churning out. Like, do you think Rays, Guardians, Brewers in terms of like kind of constantly churning talent? But the Rays are far and away the better in the international
market. Okay, so when you use the Brewers and the Cleveland, the Guardians, it's the
style. It's the style of like continually,
and that's what Getz has said out there in public. That's what other people have told us. No, it's not exactly. No, it's not, because they haven't had continued success like the other franchises have. And those franchises are on shoestring budget. They get to the playoffs all the time. And they're also figuring out new ways and things to do. They play great defense. They find these arms out of nowhere that no one predicted. Like for a while, Cleveland was transforming all these guys that had kind of these mid fastballs and everything, and they're figuring out how to add velocity. They're figuring out how to. And next thing you know, you had Shane Bieber in the majors, who's great. And it's like, this guy wasn't supposed to be shit. Like they were doing that a lot with guys. And so Milwaukee has been a jack of all trades. They create these bullpens out of absolutely nothing. They fix these hitters and like pull them in there. And it's like, oh, this guy wasn't supposed to be shit. Now all of a sudden he's a league average hitter and a really good defender. So they have like models in which they are able to produce a talent. Now, neither one of them won a World Series, but you get the concept of like churning out these players for low cost and getting them up.
Yeah. So yes, I do feel like I see. Yeah, you can go ahead, do that. But I do see that.
I just want to say, let's get this drink from Pilsen Knights. It says, can you see any promotions happening in 2026? Who? Love y'all. So we're actually in terms of player promotions, I don't know that we're going to get to that. We might touch on that a little bit, but in terms of the front office stuff, we are going to kind of go person by person shortly. So we'll get into some of that stuff. But cheers. Thank you for the drink. We appreciate it.
I do think that division, I think you can see what they're going for. And I think one thing that I don't think you said, Chorizy, is that Getz right now is masterfully working within the limitations that we perceive to be in the front office. Like no money. You have to work the angles that you can get something. You have a Rule 5 guy coming up like Shane Smith. You're using your brain. And I think that was something that I hate going back to the previous regime, but I don't think they thought about it. There's like money good, spend money, buy this guy, get this guy, not think about who can actually fit into this. And I think there's more thought behind some of these plays that they're making. Some of them don't work out. Our bullpen was total shit this year, but like a lot of the starting pitching has worked out. So I think they have thought, well, I know it's okay. It is a little bit more iffy than what it should be, but like a lot, Shane Smith was a big, huge win, and it was absolutely a smart thing. And there's some luck involved in that too. But as Aloha Mr. Han will tell you, you create your own luck. You know, it's like he always says, you create your own luck. So yeah.
I'll say he does work within the constraints, and he understands the constraints, and he understands how to work with Jerry, which is good. I don't know that I would call it masterful. There's
there's a lot of work to be done before we can go there. Like,
I watched a lot of Will Robertson.
Let's win 90 games.
I watched a shitload of Will Robertson in 100 loss season, and like, I'm not going masterful just yet, but I do like some of the stuff he's done. Beef, anything else on the vision?
Yeah, I was gonna say I see the vision, but I don't think the fan base understands the vision yet. And here's where I'm coming from with that. They saw what happened in the second half of the season, and they saw some of these young players, and reflexively they're like, "Let's go get Pete Alonso. Let's go get Alex Bregman." And it's like, hold on, everybody. Okay, this was a 60-102 team. They lost 102 games. Chorizy, even if you want to bright side this, their Pythagorean record was 71-91. Still a very bad team. Still, 10, 15 wins away from being in playoff contention. If you take from the 4th of July on, which I consider like the key point in the season when they brought Colson Montgomery up there, they were 33-41. That's a 446 winning percentage. That's a 72 win pace. It's still not a good team. And had Colson running like God. So you're still in the part of it where you have to understand they're building this up. This is like Brewers. This is like Guardians. Don't start thinking about the spending until Big Daddy Ishbia is in the big seat. Then you can start thinking about them spending a lot. Or until this thing is looking like, oh, shit, we're an 87-win team with all this youth. Yeah, now they're going to start putting some money into it. I don't think it's coming off of a 60-win season, you're going to start spending. And don't get me wrong. People are going to say, BeefLoaf said don't spend. I'm not saying that. No. I would like to add more talent to this, but you got to look at it from how it's going to be. If there's $10 million extra dollars, you know where I want? I want that to go into the Dominican Academy. I want that to go in more front office talent, more tech that this team needs. I want it to go in those spots while they continue to rebuild this, so that way it is replenishable when it happens. So I think we need to understand how broken this thing was, how you had nothing, how you didn't even have a lot of these positions that are vital on these other teams, and they're just learning into all this stuff. So slow the fuck down. Understand what's going on here and realize it's going to take some time. I know I'm not that patient either. I want them to fucking win tomorrow. And we were promised some wins before, and I get the anger. But now that we're going, it is what it is, all right? Let's understand what's happening.
Word. Well, speaking of being patient, let's start talking about a couple guys that have only been here for about a couple 2-3 years amongst them all. The first is Josh Barfield. And we're going to ask the question, have these guys delivered on what was expected of them, right? Josh Barfield's going to be the first one. MSS, where are you on Josh Barfield?
Barfield, I'm a solid yes. And you don't need to go much further than people are offering him another job to come over right away. And if somebody's trying to hire the guy away, obviously he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like he's done enough, at least like that we can see, but also enough behind the scenes that people in the industry are like, hey, he's doing great. You know what we could use? That. So yes, Barfield has done enough to impress me.
Beef, where are you at on Barfield?
Boys, before I make a decision, was us meeting him in the airport on the hashtag 108 road trip the last straw of us getting kicked off the hashtag 108 road trip? Is that the last straw?
I think so. Us making friends with Josh Barfield was a problem.
It hurt feelings. It was a problem. You know what? Right out of the gate, he was an integral part of the Dom Fletcher trade. That didn't work. The Dylan Cease trade also is looking very, very sketchy right now. It also didn't work.
I don't know if it worked for the Padres either.
Well, I mean, they got at least one good year out of Cease. This year wasn't
make the playoffs.
He's probably been involved in the rest of the turnover, and some of it's been good, and some of it hasn't been good. As MSS mentioned, the Orioles did try to poach him, so that's kind of a good thing. I'm on the fence with him. One thing that's kind of weirding me out, and I'm not sure where you guys are at with this, but there is sort of this weird love affair that Josh Barfield has with Grady Sizemore. They made him the manager when they fired Pedro in 2024 out of nowhere. He had no manager experience, no nothing. And then in 2025, Will Venable's dugout, he's just jammed in there as offensive coordinator for God knows what fucking reason. They made up an actual position for this guy because he's Josh Barfield's guy and put him in the dugout. Finally, they got smart and Will or Chris or someone said, we're getting Grady the fuck out of there and Will can have his actual coaches. Is his man crush on Grady Sizemore a problem here? Is this an issue that we're seeing something here that I don't like it personally. I don't know if you guys are okay with it or not, but I'm not a fan of this. And there's a lot of Josh Barfield things so far I'm not a fan of. I don't know.
So Beef, I'm also on the fence with him, but for a different reason. Like I think we keep hearing that he's this guy that can communicate to players and to agents that, hey, this is the vision. We need your guy here. Your guy will have, great opportunity here, blah, blah, blah. That hasn't really translated into much, right? I like that they went out and got Talkman and Taylor and Slater, right? And those are guys that but again, this is comparing to the Hahn era where they couldn't fucking do any of that. They were just terrible at that.
They couldn't go grab a guy and get two WAR out of him. Get two. So out of the guy.
What I want is for Josh Barfield and possibly Grady Sizemore to go out there and recruit in some guys that are probably not. They're going to be fringy free agents, right? Like the kind of guy we talk about, that could be an interesting project. But a guy like Dustin May or a guy like Walker Buehler, where you don't know what that's going to be, but you surely don't think that they're going to end up with the Sox. They got to snag a couple of those guys that even if they're kind of project-y, fringe free agent guys that are not, they're in the 2B tier, right? Which is out of the Sox range right now.
Correct.
They got to reach up and grab above where they should be and grab some free agents at a good cost because Jerry ain't going to spend. And that would show me that these guys do something that's special in that role.
Right.
Otherwise, they're just assistant GM. Josh Barfield's just assistant GM. The assistant GMs that we've had forever that really don't do shit. Or just step on people's toes and not really that helpful. So I need to see him jump up and grab somebody that we didn't expect to get to really show that's that's where his value is, right? Because that's where I've been told his value is.
Right.
That's what people have communicated to me. This is the value in a guy like him. He's great at this.
Yeah. Let's
see him be great at it. Give him the chance to be great at it. Give him $8 million to pull in somebody that shouldn't come here for $8 million. That kind of thing I need to see.
Now, boys, Grady and Josh played on the Cleveland Indians in 2007. So they were teammates, and he played second base, and Grady was center field. So maybe they developed a love affair during pregame or something. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, there's plenty of people that I'm teammates with in high school and whatnot. I'm not hiring any of them.
Right. That's
school.
The point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. Exactly. It's like, what is this? Why is this still going on? Is this worth anything? Why are you doing this? That's my question.
He's pretty good looking.
Now, this next one that we're going to talk about, I think might be a little divisive. Brian Bannister. Has Brian Bannister delivered? I'm going to go to BeefLoaf first. I want to know his thoughts on if Brian Bannister has delivered now.
This is the toughest one, in my opinion, Tracy. I honestly don't know.
This one, I think we have the most data on, too.
We have the most data. He's been around a lot, and he has a track record otherwise in MLB as well. So you can kind of look at some stuff there. But I don't know. He had a monster success with turning Garrett Crochet from a reliever into a starter. And not only a starter, a top starter in the league, and one you were able to trade for a bunch of fucking assets and really reset the offensive side of the ball. And that's a huge win and undeniable, and he's definitely absolutely a part of that. Another huge win, MSS mentioned earlier, is getting Shane Smith in the Rule 5 draft. And that was like, okay, there's a little bit of luck that you got the first pick or whatever. But they also did change things with him. They did work with him and turn him into the guy. And a lot of people, even walking into the season, thought he was going to be a reliever. And next thing you know, he's pumping out 130 innings. And so, he's a real starter. He's a real guy in the rotation. You look at, he turned 3 months of Eric Fetty into Miguel Vargas. And that's like a small thing, but it's also, you found this guy, you brought him in, he pitched great for you. When you traded him, he turned into a fucking pumpkin. Horrible. Was just not good for any team you pitched.
Adrian Hauser, too.
Yeah, exactly. A very, very similar thing there. Conversely, though, you have back-to-back years where your bullpens were dead last in win probability added.
Yeah.
And that's a leverage stat. Those same bullpens were bottom 7 in K percentage minus walk percentage, meaning they don't strike out enough and they walk too many people. So this is just pretty lousy bullpens from top to bottom there. The Dylan Cease trade featured 3 pitchers. Jairo Uriarte is on the verge of being DFA'd. Steven Wilson already was DFA'd, and they brought him back, and he's not likely to come back. And Drew Thorpe is like the fringiest good starting pitcher prospect you'll ever have, and he's still injured right now. So, that's not working great. They had a monstrous amount of fucking injuries last year with pitchers, arm injuries and otherwise. Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz both took big steps back last year. Their prospect status both went down quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bitch.
So, and then I don't know where you stand on Ethan Katz being fired. Where does that lay in his ledger? Is that a bad thing? Because he was, him and Ethan Katz had known each other in San Francisco. They clearly decided to keep him on when he hired him. 2 years later, it's like, we got to get rid of this fucking guy. I don't know. I'm pretty in the middle on, I'm not sure if Bannister, it'll tell a lot if the next pitching coach they hire can help out a lot with this bullpen, because the bullpen improvement right there is really the tipping point for me with Bannister. He can occasionally fix a guy, but so fucking what, man? We need the whole unit to be working, and it's just not right now.
We're so far from having a starting rotation. Go ahead.
I would agree with that. I think you had some surprises with the starters, right? You had Shane Smith, but you also somewhat comparable starting pitching. I think more so than what we were expecting. Kind of, but bullpen being complete dog shit is definitely a hard thing, because he's supposed to be good at that. Now, I think you alluded to it or said it, Loaf, with Katz being gone, it's kind of solely on Brian now to show what he can do and what he's going to do, because he's going to bring in his guy to be the pitching guy. And then he's going to
but in concert, they'll do it together. Probably
we would hope that they're going to agree on hopefully the same person, but maybe not. And maybe a little bit of Agnew is good for both of them. You have to work to impress each other. But yeah, I think this is, like you said, this is the hardest one. But I'm going to need some big strides in 2026 on the pitching to go, Brian Bannister is doing a good job. He's got the name and everyone likes him, and he's a savant and blah, blah, blah. But right now we're not seeing it yet. So we need that to happen. So yeah, is he proven it himself yet? To be decided.
He's the pitching czar, and the pitching stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know what. And there's no crop of guys coming up that you're like, oh shit, yeah, right. Like, I mean, like Schultz and Hagen Smith both have to be fucking awesome to turn this thing around. So like, it's I'm not happy with him at all. Like, I think like you've done a few good things, but like, well, good. Like, do 18 more because that's how many we fucking need. Because this is the problem, right? So
it's your job.
The problem is that if you're going to have a vision like they have, the vision they've communicated, the vision we talked about, you have to have a system that continually pumps out guys, that fixes guys or finds guys that are mediocre and makes them just a little bit better to bring them into the majors. And like, I'm not seeing it. Like, they've sent Jonathan Cannon down 47 times and it's not gotten better, right? It's still like, I don't trust that guy to be on a rotation, right? Like, I don't trust him in my rotation. I don't think Sean Burke is in my rotation, right? Like, so what are we down to? We're down to like Davis Martin, who I think could be your 5, and Shane Smith, right? Where is the rest of this coming from? Are you counting on Schultz and Smith to be this? Are you gonna go out and get guys in free agency? Like, where does this come from? And if so, like, let's say a miracle happens and they go, hey, we're gonna go get Ranger Suarez. They're still far from having a great rotation.
Right.
And Bannister's in charge of all of this.
Yes.
Yep. So like, I don't think he's delivered. I'm going to say he has not delivered. He's done some good things.
Yeah.
And trust me, like, I get that some of the best things he's done, they fucking traded away. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
So that makes
look at it from that guys too, Chorizy.
That makes it tough. It tough. Because if Crochet was still here, right? If they had been like, oh, we're going to pay Crochet, you did your job. Crochet's good. Crochet's here. That pitching looks a lot better just because he's in it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But that's the process. That's the vision. When a guy comes towards the end of his contract, I'm glad you got him to that point because we're trading him. We're going to restock, and they did that.
Yeah.
Where's the next guys? Right? Like, so I know it's been only a short time for him, but like, to MSS's point, he's got cats out. His guy or a combination of his and Will's guy is coming in. It's really on you now.
It is.
This is on you. You got to figure out a rotation and a bullpen. I need to see something. I need to not want to shit my pants when it's the 7th inning.
I love this criticism of Chorizy. He did make the point, and I heard him say it a couple different times in different interviews, that they put more of the resources towards the hitting side in the last year and a half. Meaning, you traded Garrett Crochet, you got back hitters. In the draft this past year, they went hitters all the way up top, right? That was what they got last year. So a little bit in his defense, they took away some of the weapons that they created, and they didn't redraft the potential weapons to become those guys again. But you're right. Where we're at right now is not acceptable, even for that. Even for that level, it's not acceptable.
Yeah, not to mention, it's not. What are we, a year removed from Hagen Smith being their first pick? Like, right. They spent it like, what was that, number 6? A number 5 pick on a pitcher. So cry me a fucking river, buddy. Like,
absolutely.
So yeah. So I'm not honestly, guys. I mean, like, you probably figured this out halfway through this segment. I'm not crazy about anybody because we lost 100 fucking games.
Yeah, you seem to be very judging pretty harshly. Which
I like
is
it.
Fine.
I like it.
You should be like. There's no reason you shouldn't just be like, yeah, I like that.
The next guy I think is going to be tough because he's so new, and this putting in a system takes time. But MSS, where are you at on Ryan Fuller?
So Ryan Fuller has only been here, right? It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, just 1 year.
This year.
1 year. He came in like, to your point, Chorizy, winning 20 games this year, big stride. If it's 60 to 80, not always the biggest stride from 40 to 60. So it's a little rough. These guys seem to be hitting. They seem to be playing a lot better. at least offensively. They don't seem to give up, but I don't know if that's necessarily him. They're doing the things that potentially they're being told to do. But Ryan Fuller, to me, is proved his worth for doing one thing and one thing only, and that is fixing Colson Montgomery and getting him into the major leagues. Like it befuddled everyone before him, and the guy had been struggling. And then you bring him up for half a season and he hits 20 fucking home runs. Okay. So I don't know what the previous guy was doing or what was wrong in the minors, but he seemed to come in and have a clue on what to do with this fucking thing. It's like the swingers thing. It's like, I have these claws. How do I kill this fucking bunny? I don't know how I kill the bunny. I have these claws. So yeah, that for me, just that alone has made it right, because it is just that's the one that was the most frustrating thing we've talked about for years. That Colson, he's coming, he's gonna be here. No, fucking. Then
Dan massaged his prostate, then he really came.
Right, like a fucking wild animal. Yeah. So yeah, no, for Colson alone, he gets a pass from me for his 1 year service. So.
Beef, where are you at?
It's funny because that was my first note. It says, does Fuller get an automatic yes just because how he turned Colson around? And I kind of think he does, because it's such a high-profile player. It's such an important player. He got out of him the most important thing, which is the power. Like that, getting to the power. That's the most important thing. I know I had Isaac Ian Jr. on the Ajuni. He's like, Sox fans, they're home run happy. They love the home run. I'm thinking, yes, because that
everybody should be.
Is great for home runs, and we should hit a lot of them in there if we want to win. And so, yeah, absolutely there. I want to look at his entire body of work just to give it a fair push. But I with MSS, I think I'll say yes, he is producing what I expected just based on the strength of Colson. Now, when you start looking at it, he after 1 year he's fired Marcus Thames. We kind of knew that was coming. Just like, okay, you turn over the hitting coach after a year. All the flyer type guys, Chorizy, the Nick Matons, the Joshua Palacioses, the Will Robertsons, all of those guys fucking sucked.
Yeah,
they were bad. The prospects, other than Montgomery, kind of showed up and did what they're supposed to. None of them really kind of jumped out at you. The catchers didn't show as much power as you thought they would. So there's maybe a little negative, but they didn't embarrass themselves. They were quality hitters. My draw's fine or whatever. I think the two big turnarounds of the group are Miguel Vargas, which was a huge one. He was bad, and they really kind of fixed things up. And that was a year-long thing. That was improving his body and improving posture, all this stuff. And then Lenyn Sosa. And what's funny about him is, like, if you look at his Savant page, Chorizy, it's really just like the barrels popped up, meaning the not only because he's been a guy who hits the ball hard. It's been almost a swing path situation. Right. His walk rate and strikeout rate is the exact fucking same it's been every goddamn year. It's like 22% K rate, 3% fucking walks. He hasn't improved one bit on any of that shit. It's just when he makes contact, he's smashing the ball. He's got to get negative marks, though, Fuller, for Luis Robert Jr. and Benny looking exactly the same. And then the tragic one, he couldn't fix Andrew Vaughn. And then Andrew Vaughn goes to the Brewers and his lights out. And so I'm going to say yes, but the rest of the body of work is weak outside of Colson. So he's going to need he's going to need to hit a lightning rod here or there, in my opinion. Chorizy, where you at with this?
Yeah.
So I like him so far. I like him because I've seen things where he's like, now fuck this. We're taking you out of the minors. We're going to go take you to the fall league. We're going to work on you. Like he did that with Colson. I think there was someone else who did that with too. Yeah. He fucked, he fucked one. But I think also something that's interesting and something that I like about one of the things I do like about this regime and something that's different is they will go, this guy can't fucking do it, man. He can't do it. And this was the first year in a long time that I remember hearing from people around the Sox, people in the Sox, when we talk about a player or something and mention it to somebody where they're like, oh no, that guy can't hit. Like you never heard that before. Like everybody was like, oh, he's just got to figure out at the plate. Like someone is saying this motherfucker can't hit.
Yeah. And
it has to be Ryan Fuller. He is the only different person there.
Right.
So I think that was interesting to me of just like, he thinks Beef, you probably remember we had a conversation. I won't say who we had a conversation with, but it's like, what about Dom Fletcher? Really? Really, Dom Fletcher? Like that kind of change in vibe on a guy that was like traded for, that this is a prospect. Like that's coming from somewhere.
That's eye-opening when we had that conversation. Teresa was like, oh, okay. I guess we are here with this.
And so I like that. I like that, you know, maybe he's calling it as it is and going like, I can't fix this motherfucker. This guy can't hit. Like, you got to give me guys. I forget who the college coach is that he's a football coach, and he sees a quarterback, he tells him to throw the ball and throw a baseball, hit a stop sign. And if they can't do it, he's just like, fuck it, I'm not fucking with this guy.
That's great though. I know.
Like that is what it seems like Fuller came in and did. And I think you're going to see kind of a massive turnover in guys. Like you're already seeing it, right? Like you're already seeing guys getting outrighted that you wouldn't have expected to get outrighted,
right?
Under the Hahn regime, or even under Getz with different people, right? Like, so I like that. That is promising. It's so early. That's all I can really grade him on right now.
Yeah.
But man,
that's a good thing though, Treasy.
I need a few fucking guys to hit.
It's a good thing not to waste time on guys who aren't going to be promising enough and move the fuck along.
That's why
it's a really good
that's
thing.
What I like. That's what I like.
As long as that guy's not Colson Montgomery, right? Like, because
right.
we didn't move
on.
But
too quick on something like that.
But I think he looked at that and said,
I
think he looked at that and said, wow, this guy should be able to hit. I'm going to go take him and just work with him personally and make sure that this shit goes well.
Yeah.
I don't put all the credit on Fuller for this. I think some of it is just Colson unfucking his mind, right? Like, and going like, I can do this.
Like I said, like I've always said since I met Colson at Cork and Carry, he said that getting to the show was what made his mindset change. Like, he didn't credit anybody but himself, which I loved. I was like, hey, tell me who helped you. No one. I dealt me, motherfucker. And it's like, yes, this is why I like you. And I can't like glaze him enough. I love Colson Montgomery. I think he is the future of this organization because he's just a very nice guy and a very well-spoken kid. But yeah, and he can hit the shit out of a fucking baseball. So I just, which is nice. I'm really excited about Colson Montgomery.
I'm realizing something as we talk about these guys. MySoxSummer, much like Josh Barfield, develops crushes. He's got a lot of crushes, and I'm a little worried that you're gonna get your heart broken like fucking Ralphie. You're gonna Ralph Wiggum style. We're gonna see it on a podcast. You're gonna fucking hunch over. I'm worried.
I do, and you know, it's there. I've had a few. But yeah, right now it's mostly Colson Montgomery. My girls like Chase Mydroff, so like I like Chase too, just for them.
Clint Howard,
you know.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough look. Yeah.
Speaking of crushes, though, a guy you were trying to make serious eye contact with when we were on the field, MSS. Where are you at with Will Venable?
So Will Venable, I'm 100%. Yes, that he's doing what he's supposed to, because he took a seemingly impossible task and he flipped the clubhouse in a year. He's got guys believing in him, and your brother, and me can see on the field that this team is 180 degrees different than last year's team.
Yeah,
because as Loaf says, they play through the fucking whistle. They never gave up. And guys were fucking rewarded for coming up and doing something good, and which is and at least given a chance, right? Like Lenin Sosa doesn't get this chance potentially with Pedro, you know, like or something. It just doesn't happen, right? Like and Will, like, to his credit, has got in these kids' head that they can fucking make a difference. They can fucking play. They can hit the ball. Just do these things, and it's gonna happen. And I know. Remember, we were trying to run fast, right? Pedro was fast. He was a fast guy. Like, do the fundamentals, do all this stuff. I don't know what the fuck Will is using for his anagram, but it's fucking working. And I don't even need to know that shit. because what is happening on the field and transpiring on the field is great. I think a lot of it, and I think Ozzie said it too. Ozzie Jr. said it in the Aju Loaf. He made some questionable calls, with some decisions during the year, but it's year run. This is his first year
just learn
doing this as the head guy.
That should be expected.
You're gonna have some fucking things that aren't right. You're not gonna be right 100% of the time, but he did so many things this year that no one was complaining. Ozzie Jr. said it too. He's like, with the other guy, I got phone calls immediately. This guy's an asshole. Fuck this dude. Did not get that.
MSS
From Will Venable, which
this is
where great.
This is where I want to go. This is where I want to go though, because
do it.
So thinking about it, the way that I was talking about Getz, right, where I'm comparing him to Han, who I think is an all-time bad GM. I can't think of a worse coach than Pedro Grifol, right? I'm sure there's someone I'm forgetting. There's someone I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's
that's a bottom tier manager.
He's one of the worst we've ever seen. So like anything looks better, and so I think that's the thing that we have to try and pull ourselves out of is like, is it truly good or is it just better than bad, right? And to me, I think a lot of the points that you're making, MSS, point me towards good, right? Like
just regular old good. Yeah.
If he just came in and they had a 10-game bump and it still looked real fucked up, right? And guys were still throwing the ball into the stands, and like there's guys that like just like pull up lame, and you're like, that guy's not fucking hurt. Like if that shit was still happening, but we were 10 games better, I would feel like we're just giving him like, well, you're better than Grifol, right? But I think that there are some things that kind of show some promise here.
Yeah,
like the players do seem to really take to him. The other thing that I have to put on Venable that he, and this is another comparing him to Grifol, but he didn't suck at talking to the media.
No,
like he didn't.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't just like come up with shit out of the air or anything. He typically had it, and he would typically be critical of his own players in a way that you would want a manager to be. Not throwing them under the bus,
right?
But going, this is something we got to work on. These are young guys. This is something we got to work on.
He didn't say, I'm not here to watch the eclipse. I'm here to win a baseball game. You dumb motherfucker.
He didn't try and tell people he doesn't use the internet. There was none of that nonsense, right? And like
Fleetwood Mac song. I don't know. I enjoy all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoy their entire catalog.
I celebrate the entire catalog.
Beef, where are you at on Venable?
Boys, Venable's tough for me because I like to be careful analyzing. Because if you remember, I wrote a blog, during the Pedro era about how he'd be the dream candidate. And then sure enough, the White Sox somehow managed to get the hot girl at the dance. He shows up. He's polished with the media, as you guys mentioned. The boys play hard for him, as MSS mentioned. And my natural instinct is to say, see, I told you guys he's being great, and he's being great, and he's going to be an awesome manager. So I'm going to say yes. But I do want to like just talk myself through this. Like, I agree with Ozzie Jr. when I have him on the show. He exudes boss energy. He doesn't need to tell you he's in charge, but you know that that's the guy that's fucking in charge, right? It's one of those things where like I like the way he explained it on the podcast. Is like you kind of know that that's the boss. You don't need to ask anyone. You can look and see that that's the guy. You know, he's very positive guy, but not in a way where you're like, this is bullshit. He's positive in a way as like, we're going to go get it today. And yeah, we don't know everything. We're not playing the best or whatever. He took care of all the locker room business, as you guys mentioned. I think year two of him, I hope that we see a guy who's more imaginative, using the bullpen, using all the pitching apparatus, more aggressive pinch hitting people. But I'm going to say yes. I mean, I think this is the best we could have hoped for in the situation we were in. For the type of guy we can get. I think a lot of teams that were open to hiring guys or like a year away from firing guys are going to regret not hiring him. Like I think he's good enough where like teams are going to be looking like, man, I wish we fired our guy sooner and we got him instead. Like I think that's where we're at. So I'm going to say yes.
Rangers might be thinking that too. That like
the Rangers Yeah,
1
that's
year
a good
away.
call, MSS. That's a good call, MSS. They let him go, and then the next year we need a manager. Let's get this drink real quick.
We got lucky.
Jackie Treehorn says 8 times as much White Sox talk as I expected. Missed the start of the pod. I think my Anne Frank nomination was misguided.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you.
Good Jews. I think she's still a good
All right.
Jew, probably.
Now that we've gone through all of them, Beef, this question was, all these questions were from you, but this one in particular I thought was an interesting one. Is what do you need to see in year 3 to buy in on the Getz regime? Now, MySoxSummer, you are fully bought in, but I'm going to ask you the question anyways. What would massage your prostate for them to do in year 3?
So I 20 wins might be too much, right? But I want to see continued growth by the players that we acquired like last off seasons. Continual growth with these players. I need 2 to 3 more guys to come up. I need a Braden Montgomery up. I need another guy, another pitcher to pop up. I need somebody up to like make me go.
You need reinforcements from this from the minor league group here.
I need these guys to be getting developed correctly, and also just being able to slide in and
come up and perform.
Yes.
Come up and actually perform. Like,
dude, like
unlike what we've ever seen, right? Like where you get a guy, it's like, oh, this is supposed to be the guy. He comes up and he fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, okay, well, now what?
But that is something that I need. I also need some more diamond in the rough signings. I need you to find some guys that will fit your style and slot them in there, like a Mike Tauchman, Martin Perez, unfortunately, who got hurt, but something like that, that will come in and try to lead.
MSS, do you want to see it at that level or the next rung up? Right? Like, let's like I used the example of like a Dustin May earlier, right? Like where or Walker Buehler, like where if you unlock that, that's elite talent,
right?
Like if you get them back to their original work, like that's elite. And like something like that, other than a failed prospect, which is more like the Eric Fetty.
Yeah,
right.
Like maybe because that dummy Katz is gone, we can fix these guys better. I don't know. It depends on who they pick up.
I'm saying just a higher pedigree. Right, like
yeah, I mean,
the more proven at the MLB level, but something is caused a problem, which makes them available to a team like the Sox.
So like Koopa Fix'em kind of guy, yeah, that would be nice. Like to make like, hey, we're the smart guys now, because usually the Sox are the ones that like with the Andrew Vaughn stuff. Well, the Sox just didn't know what to do to get him tuned in to like do what he's supposed to do, which I can't wait for him to
suck, by the way.
Oh, he's gonna suck next year, guys. Don't worry about it. But like I think that that would be nice to be like, no, the Sox fixed him. Like the Sox just fixed this guy on the pitching side. That would be great. So yeah, no, I would like to see that. And then just inching closer to 500 baseball. That would be great. Like, I would be really happy about that. Just not losing 100 games every year. That would be fun. It would be continually going. It might be too tall of an order. Like I'll take 2 out of 3. Like the swingers or singles thing, where she's like, I used to have a list of things that I wanted the guys to do, and now it's just down to stay gesundheit after I sneeze. That's all I need. Like you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to buy me flowers. None of that. But like, no, we definitely, I think I will still definitely hold his feet to the flames. Be like, you got to keep this going, because this isn't good enough. Unlike the guy at my gym who thinks we have 6 guys that can hit 20 home runs a year, I don't think we can do that. We need to continue to push this forward. It needs to continue to roll.
I'd like to know the other 5. Also, Paul Westerberg stuck in my head now. You prick.
Sorry, bud.
Sick of myself. Beef. What do you need to see? What do you need to see from them?
A few major things I need to see. I need to see a vastly different approach in building a bullpen, and this one is a couple things. One, watching terrible bullpens takes years off your life, and for us fans that are there watching every game and us in person a lot, is just an atrocity to see. They need to take a different approach. They need to get themselves in a position where they're not so bad in one-run games because bullpen and defense. We'll get to that in a second. But the second order effect of that is they've been missing out on the bonanza that there has been at the trade deadline that you could get for these relievers. So like building a better approach and then having relievers that you can trade at the deadline for good stuff to continue to refill a farm system that's not very good. Now they graduated some of these guys. It's like an average to below average farm system currently as we sit. It's like, well, yeah, you didn't replenish it with the ability to trade off these relievers. So that's number one most important thing. I need a different approach. It may not work, but I need to see a different approach because what they've been doing the last 2 years absolutely didn't work. I wrote a blog about this drink. The White Sox need to improve their defense a lot. Okay, another example, those teams, those Brewers, those Rays, those Guardians, when they're good, they have very good defenses. The Sox were still a bottom 5 defense by basically every measure that, every advanced statistic, et cetera. That's got to get a lot better. I know it'll get better some from internal growth. Like they didn't have Colson at short all year, and they didn't have Chase Meyer-Drop that's second all year, and the catchers will probably get better, et cetera. But they've just got to add either outside talent or guys from the farm that make this defense so much fucking better. And lastly, in the front office, I need to see some promotions and some firings. I need them to start making decisions on what's working, what's not working, and move along for the ones that aren't, and promote the fuck out of the ones that are to keep them. So those are my 3 things I need to see from Getz to really be bought into your three. I
like those. Let me get a drink here from Sean. He says, I need Tim Elko to elevate his game. Also, excellent tea selection by Chorizy-E. Thank you. I appreciate the tea selection thing. I don't think Tim Elko is gonna be long for this baseball world.
He did escape the first group of DFAs though, so that was nice. He's still alive currently, but yes. Thank you, Sean.
I mean, he has something in the tank, and he can hit the shit out of the ball in the minors, so it might keep some of those guys happy. And maybe to keep the pitchers okay. Like, hey, we're not going to get stroked tonight because Tim Elko is going to hit 3 home runs. But like,
I don't want anyone taking up a spot just to keep some pitchers in AAA happy. I'm sorry, MSS. We need to take some shots on some guys that could help the major league team. That's where I'm at with this thing.
Maybe I disagree with you, but I don't.
Beef, I agree with the bullpen piece, and I do agree with the promotions and mostly with the firings, but the thing that I want to see that would show me like, okay, he truly is the Jerry whisperer. Like, I think a lot of people are like, I want some money for free agency. That would be nice. I want the money to get Andrew Benintendi the fuck out of here. I want Chris Getz to convince Jerry that one of the things holding us back is that I got to keep this guy rostered. I can do a lot more with that position if I could just get this guy the fuck out of here. So I need $50 million. All right. Yep. Because no one's going to take him.
Yeah.
And unless I pay the whole salary, or I'm just going to cut this motherfucker. And I know it's crazy to say, like, cut a guy who was one of your top home run hitters this year. Yeah. But man, that's not valuable. Not that way.
Not the way he's doing it.
That's not a valuable guy. So I want to see him unlock the money to get that guy the fuck out of here. And then I would have a lot more belief in Getz. And I would have a lot more belief in the idea that he has Jerry's ear truly. Right? Like, and so that I need to see from him in this year, along with a bunch of the other stuff that you guys said. Right. But like, but that one I think is something to me that shows me that things are being handled differently. This is a different scenario, and that he truly does have Jerry locked in on his vision. So that's one for me.
I love it.
All right. We're having a little fun. We're having a little fun at the end here. So Beef challenged me to do something, and he said, I need Chorizy-E been making some goofy AI shit lately.
You love AI.
Yeah, no, I love what he produces on it.
Hey, it's really good. It's a really good tool. It's gonna eventually cause a singularity and we'll be all dead, but that's a long time from now.
Don't use big words like that, singularity.
But the Beef said, hey, help a couple of our players with AI. And what I found is that the places I usually use like Gemini and like and OpenAI and some others, they have a real fucking problem with taking baseball player pictures and doing anything to them. They're just like, I can't do that. There's copyright stuff.
Yeah.
So a lesser AI,
rules.
Grok, has no problem doing that.
Yes.
But I will say that the results are not incredible. So we'll get into this. I asked Grok, I said, hey, I draw if he was a little bit taller, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Would be great. And I said, hey, can you make Chase Mydroth like Godzilla rampaging through the Chicago skyline, so that we could see that he's a big motherfucker now.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
I don't know how the laser eyes are going to help him. And he doesn't actually even look that big because he's in the he's in the front of this picture. And so like everything's like he's in the foreground. It doesn't actually look like he's big, but just imagine that he's like 18 feet tall. That's the Chase Mydroth I want. And the laser eyes, I don't know. Maybe the laser eyes work. I don't know.
His legs look bigger.
He's thicker. He's
thick.
thicker
Yeah,
for sure.
He's definitely thick. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. He's destroying downtown for some reason.
I do. Yeah. Why is he mad at downtown? I don't understand.
Well, I just wanted to show.
He's
I
about
wanted
to
to
step
show
on a homeless encampment. What's wrong with him?
Listen,
I wanted to show how large he was, but they just made it look like he's just destroying everything. So I don't know.
trees.
Maybe he's clearing out more room at the 78 so we can build this stadium.
Exactly.
Listen, if this
Get rid
was
of that soccer
happening
stadium.
in downtown, I would fully support the Texas National Guard to come to Chicago to help us fight this fucking huge creature.
They'd have no chance against them.
With
No
fucking
chance.
lasers coming out of his eyes. Well, at least let them die, and us locals can run while they're dying.
Locals can run.
So I had another idea. We just talked about this. And this was a simple request of Grok. And what's funny is Grok will just change people's faces as we get into these. You'll see it. But I was like, Andrew Benintendi. Here's a normalized picture of Andrew Benintendi. I just need you to put a Japanese League jersey on him.
Competitive jersey.
And they put it on the Dragons, which is the Chinuchi Dragons. It's the same team that Diane Viciato played for, I believe. I don't know if this is actually their jersey because I don't remember it looking that way. I remember it being like a white and blue jersey, but hey, maybe this is an alternate.
I love it. He's at Slack Parks though. That's what's great.
But yeah, I mean, it's an exhibition game. It's part of the payoff for this. But this does get Andrew Benintendi off the team. He goes to Japan. How you guys feel about that one?
I love it. That's wasn't expecting you to go in that direction, but yes, it's great.
I mean, that's the best way to improve him.
There's not much else you could do, right?
Get him the fuck out of here.
Get him real big glasses, maybe, so he can see the fly ball. I don't know what else.
I thought about a gigantic mitt for him, but I felt like that wasn't going to be legal.
Dude,
he
wouldn't be able to carry that, Chorizy. Like,
probably.
You imagine you can't weigh him down.
He'd get injured.
Right. Get where he needs to go.
That's a problem.
Another one that's probably not legal, but I thought of this. I know this is a big MSS guy. I was like, man, this guy gets injured, and I'm worried about him. He's getting older. Those legs, are they going to hold up?
Oh man!
I asked for some robot legs from Mike.
Yes, RoboCop, RoboTalk. Yes.
And they couldn't have done a worse job.
The parts are exposed. One hit by pitch, and he's cooked.
He's got like he's got no dick protection either. It's like
wide open there.
Everything's metal on the sides except for where your penis is. Great.
If you look just to the right, of his shin, you could see a lady in the Cubs dugout totally disappointed in those robot legs.
Yes.
Yep.
my God.
So I don't know. You guys like Talkman robot legs? I feel like it would be an improvement, but it is a lot of robot ass that we got.
They did really go for that. I didn't know. And it's one leg is much more improved than the other leg. Is what
I know, and I don't know if that's the
really
right one to do. Like I don't know which knee is fucked up. So how good
is that? Can you one leg that with the robot leg? Is it that good? Like I don't know.
Maybe I asked for it to have some rockets, but it did not produce. And then I thought about Lenine Sosa.
Get that PCA.
And I thought, man, Lenine Sosa. If Lenine Sosa had maybe a couple more arms or something, he could be. And I was like,
better on defense.
It's tough for him to even control the two that he has. And so then I thought, you know what? We saw one improvement in him year to year. And like he hit a lot more home runs. The hitting seemed to be better, and it seemed all related to the buttocks. So I asked, could we get let's rip through his pants how big the buttocks is, and they really went Hulk on me.
Buttocks.
And they got
my God.
Goodness.
That face too.
Yeah, they mangled him a little bit,
man.
That is not how you spell Sosa either. I'll just be clear.
I don't think you're allowed to be like full cheek out there. I think you need to put like some type of pants on.
He's got his pants tailored. It's okay. We'll figure that part out.
I don't know how you're getting pants over
that, man. Yeah,
I see full asshole. I mean, I don't know if I want to.
JT said that's just Adam Engel painted green.
It's a comment of the night right there. I tell you what. Holy shit.
Chorizy, that's a 40 home run hitter with that posterior leg. I mean, there's
I fucking dare you to try and get the prostate massager in there.
Oh my God. I don't want to be around.
You'll lose a fucking arm. You'll lose a fucking arm.
Break my.
I'm Mr. T.
Take off my. Break it off. All six people. No. You wouldn't be able to get it in.
Yeah, so this those measurements.
That's pretty. I mean, Gronk, like, for as bad as the robot legs were, that was like really good Hulk legs. Like, what the fuck? Where's the disconnect here? Like, they're like, we're into Hulk. We're not into
all
robot.
Came out like exactly comically weird, like I was hoping for. Like that was exactly. I didn't want him to be too good. I was glad. Like the green Hulk ass and legs is exactly what I was hoping for. Some shit like that.
And then just make the face.
What's funny is
fucked up.
How long it took me to prompt that, because I just kept trying to tell it, give him a huge butt, like give this guy a huge butt, and then I was like, have a huge Hulk ass ripping through the pants, and it was like, oh, I know what that
is. And then make his face look like Buddha, smiling Buddha.
Well, that was our little AI slot fun.
Good job.
Well done.
Chorizy.
Hope you guys
Good job, Chorizy.
enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed it. All right. Well, you know what time it is now, boys. It's time for thank yous and GFYs. MySoxSummer, who are you thinking of GFY?
First thank you goes out to Ace Frehley. I like Kiss. I don't celebrate their entire collection. Like former manager of the Chicago White Sox, I like some songs, but I like most of the songs when Ace was still with the band, because that was when they were actually writing good music. The guy was a rip guitar. He was an awesome guitarist, but I just being part of the marketing machine that is Kiss is just amazing. Being smart enough to paint your face, develop characters, then own the rights to the character. I everything about it makes the guy that is wearing two logos on him while he's doing a podcast that are sponsored by the two people makes me smile on the inside, because it's like, how do you profit off of these things that you do, and you do everything you can. So shout out, rest in power to Ace Frehley. Also a big thank you to His Holiness Pope Leo for normalizing hating on the fucking Cubs.
Yes.
And if the most holy human in the world who has a direct line to God can talk shit to Cubs fans, we can all fucking do it. Okay. It's like, he has given the reins and just said, feel free. You don't need to cheer for these motherfuckers. Okay. God says it's fine. Make fun of them, say shit, when they yell at you and they say, why don't you being a good person? Fuck you. You're a Cubs fan. Fuck the Cubs. You know why? Pope Leo said, I don't need to fucking cheer for you. You suck. All right. Peace out. Yeah.
Man, that was
Pope.
mine. That was mine too, MSS, because there was just so much like, how are you not rooting for your city? How blah, blah, blah. The literal nicest person on earth, right? Like the
Right.
holiest person on earth is like, fuck the Cubs.
In a nice way. In a nice way.
In a nice way.
Yeah.
In a nice way. But at the end of the day,
They lost.
he wasn't rooting for him.
No.
You don't have to either. You don't have to either.
He didn't say, hey, all my bishops and stuff and whatever the fuck. Cheer for the
Beef.
Cubs. No. Didn't say that.
Beef, who are you thinking of GFY?
It's funny you guys bring up God because I am going to thank God, which I never do. I'm not a very religious guy. Yes, I'm thanking the man upstairs for sparing Dolly Parton. Let me just tell you, bro, there was a health scare, Dolly Parton health scare. We as a people are not in an emotional place where we can lose Dolly. We just cannot afford to lose her right now. I'm glad she's okay. She put a little video out there. Allegedly, she's going to be fine. She had some stuff going on or whatever. So I just, thank goodness, we still got Dolly and the big old titties. So let's go.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight then. Thank you all for joining. And like I said, I was thinking the Pope. Me and MSS were on the same page there. Thank the Pope for telling all the people that were like, cheer for both sides. Fuck you. We cheer for one side.
Choose a side.
Choose a side. Heaven or hell, guys. That's what we're choosing. But
Let's ride.
thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.
Thanks for spending your little Friday with us. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We gave you your fill of baseball, beer, and bullshit. Now it's time for you to go do horny stuff. We'll see you next week. Espanol. That's adios, motherfucker.